Hi loves, I wanted to show you a quick and easy way to do your kids' makeup for Halloween. The first thing that I did was use the foundation Fawn, which is waterproof and smudge proof, so it'll last throughout the day. Next, what I did is I grabbed one of my foundation brushes to go ahead and blend in the foundation and just kind of buffing it into the skin. The good thing about the foundation is it's lightweight and easy to apply. With this foundation, you don't need much, and if there's areas that you need a little more coverage in, you can simply just add a little bit more and buff it in to the areas that need more coverage. What I love most about the foundation is that it's easy to color match, and it goes 3 shades up and 3 shades down and really blends well with your skin tone. I wanted to do a really bold eye, so what I wanted to do was use Lipsense. It's the color Kiss for a Cause. It's one of my favorite pinks, and I just took a little dab of pearlizer to basically make it a little easier to apply the Lipsense because it dries pretty fast. So then I just tapped it right into her eye, just in dabbing because it dries really quick, so you got to work fast. And then I applied it to the other eye. And I wanted to go a little darker, so I'm just going to apply a little more of the Lipsense and a little more pearlizer. And I like to use this palette to mix all my colors. And now you can see that the shade is pretty vibrant now. And I'm going to go back in and clean up my lines later on. So now I'm just going to apply a little bit of Lipsense directly onto the eye. And I wanted to get like a little bit more of a vibrant shade. So I'm going to go back and clean it up. Kind of just in a tapping motion. Next I'm going to use Pink Opal Shimmer, which is a beautiful opalescent pink. I'm just going to put that on the crease of her eye and dab that in as well because I want to keep the color and make it look vibrant as possible. And trying to keep a toddler still is kind of crazy. Next, I'm going to take Sandstone Pearl to clean up the lines above the top, and I'm going to blend that in and also highlight like underneath her brow. And go ahead and do the other side. So you can see how it's kind of cleaning up the lines of the pink on the top and making it. Next, I'm going to use Onyx for her eyeliner, and she's pretty scared right now because she said she's never used eyeliner before, but it's pretty simple to apply. I usually use the tip of the applicator on the actual Shadowsense, and today I'm using more of a angled eyeliner brush to give her just a little bit of a wing. It's easier to do the wing with an eyeliner brush, but typically I'll just use the applicator that's on the Shadowsense itself. And I really love Shadowsense. It's like my #1 product to use just because you can use it for so many things. You can see I've used it on her eyes, her eyeliner. If you want to use it as on her lips as well, you can do that. And they're easy to blend. And they don't crease. And they last throughout the day. There's no need to reapply. So it's a great one to have for Halloween looks because you want it to last, when they go to school for dress up, and then through the night you'll see that you won't have to even touch it up, and with them touching their face it will stay on. And now I'm trying to as easy as possible apply the Onyx shadow just a little bit underneath her eye to give it a little bit of a smokier effect. And I'm just going to kind of blend in the opal, the pink opal, and the Kiss for a Cause just a little more. Now I'm taking Mocha Java Shadowsense again and using that to contour her cheekbones, a little bit on her nose, and then on her forehead. And just kind of tapping and blending that in as well as she rolls her eyes. She's all excited. I can't believe how excited she was when I told her that I was going to be doing her makeup for Halloween. So now I'm going to take Mulberry Shadowsense to use for her blush. And I'm just going to use a blush brush and go ahead and blend that out. Very easy to use. Sometimes I like to take a little bit of a pinker shade and go ahead and mix those in as well to create the perfect shade. Now I'm going to use an angled brush to apply, this is Sandstone Pearl and Shimmer, and this is going to be for her highlight. I'm going to go ahead and put some of that right on her cheekbones and blend kind of on the side of her eyebrow and also on her cheeks. She's too funny. Put a little bit underneath her eye to give it a little bit of a pop. And go ahead and blend the other side as well. Next, I'm going to do her eyebrows. And for her eyebrows, I like to use the Onyx Shadowsense and then a little bit of Mocha Java just to give it a little bit of a lighter shade. And I'm going to use that with an angled brush and just fill in her eyebrows. Nothing too heavy. Just go ahead and move in a hair-like motion and then use the brush to go ahead and just kind of brush that out. And if I missed any spots, I'll just go ahead and fill in. And you can see the difference in her eyebrows. And this will last throughout the day as well. I won't have to reapply, which is really nice. I use this on my eyebrows daily and love it. I love it. And so does she. So now that I'm getting done with her eyebrows and brushing those out, I'm going to use Onyx Shadowsense to create the spiderweb effect. And I have a tiny little brush to apply a little bit of thinner lines rather than using the Onyx applicator. So I'm just I had a template that I found on Pinterest that I'm trying to copy, and it was pretty simple to do. I'm kind of trying to create this as she's moving around, which is really hard. I did want to do a little bit of thinner lines, but that's okay. It actually comes out really nice. So I'm just creating some dots to also connect some other lines to. And just be, if you're creating a line, it's so easy to go back over and fill in if it's not dark enough. So now I'm going to connect that to her other eyebrow and take a little bit more and now do one towards her hairline. And you can see I missed a little spot, so I'm just going to go back in. It's a little tougher to do on the kids when they're moving around, so that line came out kind of crazy, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to kind of connect some of the lines using rounded lines. And then another one towards her hairline. And then just kind of connecting those and creating a little more lines. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. You can kind of just play around with it. There's no, like I said, no right or wrong. There is a few images on, like I said, Pinterest that you can use to follow the guide, or maybe just find a picture of a spider web and try and copy that. So I'm just kind of adding in a few more lines. And then next step, I'm going to do the spider web coming down her eye and then kind of down her cheek. Just going to fill that in just a little bit more. And then have a couple more coming out from that longer line. As I finish off this side, I wanted to go ahead and do another web on the other side. And so I'm just going to start from her brow and work it downward towards her cheek. Again, creating just a few spider webs kind of coming off the side of her face. And it doesn't have to be equal. It's just pretty much however you want to create it. Then I'm going to take our Silver Shimmer Shadowsense to do a little bit of shading and make the spider web pop a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of place it wherever throughout the spider web, just to highlight some areas. Next, I'm going to take the Snow Shadowsense and go ahead and create a little bit more of a three-dimensional look by applying it in certain areas of the spider web. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and clean her lips to make sure that I've removed any foundation or anything she may have on her lips. I'm going to use Kiss for a Cause on her lips as well. So you want to make sure that you apply 3 thin layers and shaking the Lipsense prior to application to make sure that it's well mixed. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply on top and bottom in one motion. You don't want to swipe back and forth, otherwise you're just going to pick up the color that you just put down. So make sure you let the layers dry in between. So now that the first layer is dry, I'm going to go ahead and apply the second layer. And I like to rub the applicator against the Lipsense tube to remove any excess color that may be on there. You don't need very much Lipsense. You want to make sure that you're applying thin layers. You get, your color to last longer through the day by doing this. And it's easier to allow each layer of Lipsense to dry in between. Be sure to get the inside part of the lip and the waterline. By doing this, it also helps with the longevity of Lipsense. And go ahead and let that last layer dry. Now I'm going to apply Bee Gloss, which is a reddish tint with some sparkle for gloss. And then she's going to go ahead and rub her lips together to seal off the color. Then I'm going to apply Lipsense directly under her eye, and she thinks it's funny. And then I'm going to blend it out. So it kind of looks crazy now, but I'm going to go ahead and blend that just to give her a little more of a pop on the color around her eye. And I'm just taking a disposable applicator and rubbing that on directly on the Lipsense. And I'm going to do her other eye just right underneath. It doesn't burn or anything. Just try not to get it in the eye. And then I'm going to take kind of like an eyeshadow brush and just blend right underneath and finish off her look. And you can see, smudge proof, waterproof, easy to do Halloween look for the holidays.
Thanks for watching.